Whew. All right. So I just arrived back to New York City from my trip to Indianapolis for the Midwest Association of Colleges and Employers conference. And little did I know, leaving Indianapolis, it would be an adventure coming home. So here's the story. I arrived at the airport around 1:30. For a 3:30 flight, seems okay. I've got plenty of time. And I get to the gate, and they say, all right, we are going to be delayed an hour. You know, this happens all the time. No big deal. Flights are just seem to be always delayed for me. No problem. Get some more reading done. Good to go. We get on the plane. We get to the tarmac. Everything seems awesome. They say, nope, we got some weather in New York. We got to stop. We're going to pull back to the gate and wait it out. We get back to the gate, and we hear, flight is canceled. So I go to the front desk. They give me a phone number. I call up the in-airport people. By the way, if you didn't know, there's actually an in-airport line for people in the airport that you can call. Didn't know that. But I call them, no problem. They can put me on the next flight at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. comes around, and once again, delayed an hour. No big deal. Can grab some dinner. Good to go. So it gets pushed back an hour, and then also canceled. So, same process again. I call up the people, and they say, unfortunately, that's the last direct flight out of Indianapolis to New York. So they reroute me to Detroit, which is okay. No big deal. It's a 40-minute flight to Detroit, 1 hour flight to New York. But in Detroit, my connecting flight is delayed from 10 p.m. until 1 a.m. So I bunker down and waiting for my 1 a.m. flight, going to get back at like 3 in the morning at this point. At around 10 o'clock, canceled. Wait, I'm sorry, not canceled, moved until 6 a.m. the next morning. Everyone is losing it. So I go to the front desk and I just see what's going on, see what we can do, and they give me a voucher for a hotel and two $15 meal tickets. So I get to the shuttle bus and we find out at the shuttle bus that it's 10:30. The shuttle bus does not run at 10:30. So we call the hotel and they have to wake up the shuttle bus driver to have him come out 1 hour later to pick us up and drive us to the hotel. So by the time we get to the hotel, it is 1:30-ish in the morning. So I crash for a couple hours and wake up at around 4 a.m. to go back to the airport to spend my $30 in credits. And flight's coming. Just to add insult to injury, they push back the flight, one more delay for 1 more hour while we're all waiting. There's like 70 people that waited at the gate overnight to get on this flight to New York. Finally, the flight takes off at 7 a.m. and we arrive back in New York, safe and sound, finally made it home. And the interesting thing is that I was in the airport for roughly, 1:30 till 7, however many hours that is, but it's only a 10-hour drive from Indianapolis to New York. But that's not the point of the story. The point is, throughout this entire thing, I saw dozens of people just losing it at the people that work for Delta, losing it at the people that were giving them their hotel vouchers, just screaming, yelling, being so angry. And don't get me wrong, I get it. This sucked. But I couldn't help but think, it's like, well, first of all, it's never the person right in front of you's problem, or their fault, that they canceled the flight. This is like a Delta thing. I get it to be angry. But the bigger thing is, I just couldn't help but think, these people are so angry. And why? You know, at the end of the day, yes, it sucks. Yes, it's super difficult to have to go through this, but life goes on. I mean, the fact that we're even privileged enough to take a flight to go on vacation or go to a conference or do any of these things puts us above like most of planet Earth, I think. So if you really ground yourself and just stay positive in these moments and think, yeah, this sucks, it's terrible, but life goes on. We're going to get there eventually, and put a smile on and stay positive, just feel like it makes everything so much better. So my message to everybody that's going through something, it seems like really stupid to say, it's not really that serious. going through a challenging flight or challenging something or whatever, if you just think it could be worse, everything will be better. So that's my message to you and my journey from Indianapolis to New York City. Stay positive.